What's up, guys? My name is Corey, and you're watching Sinister Reviews. Story, along with Bumblebee and the other Autobots, go to the ship and, do this whole rescue mission of Optimus and his daughter. By the way, yeah, his daughter was also captured with Optimus Prime in the big netting thing. But before they go in there and capture it, you see one of the black helicopters actually fly into the ship, and you're like, well, what the hell? And it lands, and all of a sudden you see the Transformer hand them one of those pods, and I guess they're called seeds or whatever. And the pods at the beginning of the movie that were causing, the giant explosions to pretty much disintegrate everything. And the Transformer was handing it over to the humans. So then you begin to realize that we were trying to capture Optimus Prime to trade to this bounty hunter in order to get this seed. And the reason why they want this seed is because so they can explode it and have all the transformia they need to make these Transformers, for the science project or for this IMC. So anyways, they end up saving the girl and everything, and right before the ship hyper jumps into space, Optimus Prime and his Autobots sneak out and eject through the escape ship or whatever. So they detach right before he hyper jumps, and he's all the way in deep space before he even realizes that half his ship is gone. But anyways, the owner of the IMC or whatever that company's name is, they end up getting the seed or whatever, and they're running through Beijing and everything, and he's trying to hide from first off the CIA agents, okay, because they want it, and then on top of it, Galvatron. Okay, here's the cool part about Galvatron that I forgot to explain to you guys. Because Megatron's head was being uploaded, okay, into Galvatron, basically his memories and his subconscious, and they explain his chromosomes infected it and everything. Basically, Galvatron is Megatron reincarnated, okay? So Galvatron, or aka Megatron, kind of activates himself, and all of a sudden activates all the other Transformers along with him, and turn rogue. And they want to go after the seed too, because Galvatron knows if he can detonate the seed, then he can be in control of all the Transformia he wants and build an army of his own to wipe out the humans. So you got Mark Wahlberg and the owner of this science company or whatever, IMC, with the seed, with the Autobots just running through Beijing with freaking everything blasting at them, all these Decepticons or whatever, Galvatron and his little Transformers, and then all of a sudden they find the bald guy or the owner of the science place, and with the seed, and with the ship they try to put him up there to try to get the seed back, but one of the Transformers, one of the bad Transformers, ends up blowing up the ship, and half the ship ends up flying way into the mountains along, with Optimus and two of the Autobots. So Mark Wahlberg is stuck by himself with just Bumblebee and that big guy in the city trying to defend themselves, for a really long time, and then Optimus Prime gets the call, they need backup, they're about to die, and so Optimus Prime's like, okay, time for reinforcements. And coolest freaking part in the movie, he walks up into that ship, that Max prison facility place. He opens up one of the things, and he speaks in the Cybertron language. He's like, the legend exists. And all of a sudden it shows this one, it's all like curled up in a ball thing. It's like this Transformer, and all of a sudden it cuts to a scene where it's back outside in the mountains and stuff, and you see these huge Transformers, I mean like 3 times the size of Optimus, just standing there, right? And you begin to realize, oh my god, these are the freaking Dinobots. And so Optimus is like, be a prisoner of your creators, or, fight against them with me. And so, the one, Grimlock, the one that's a T-Rex, ends up fighting with Optimus Prime, and Optimus Prime just whoops his ass real quick and stuff, and pretty much tames him. And he turned in, whenever Grimlock transformed into the T-Rex and stuff, and he blew out fire and all this stuff, and then all of a sudden Optimus Prime just jumps on his back and rides him like a freaking horse. So all the other Dinobots are okay, so they transform, and the other freaking Autobots jump on them, and they ride to the Beijing to help. But as soon as they get to Beijing to help with the Dinobots, along comes the bounty hunter. He realizes that half his ship is gone once he gets into deep space. And so he heads on back to try to get, he's like, okay, the seed's gone and half my ship's gone. So he doesn't really worry about the seed, but, his prisoners, that's what his whole thing is about, how these prisoners that he's captured over all these thousands of years. So he goes back, and his ship is so badass. Like, his ship is literally, it's like this giant magnet. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen, what was it, Man of Steel, where the big planet accelerator, planet destroyer thing, how it would just, like, it would send things up by gravity-wise, like, up into the air and then drop them back down. It's the same thing with a ship. As soon as a ship would hover over something, it would, like, pick it up with a magnet and then throw it back down. Anything metal. So we're talking about giant ships and cars and everything. And so basically the ship's trying to drop it down on, Optimus and Mark Wahlberg as they're trying to escape the city and all this with the seed. So, the whole thing is they finally get away and stuff, and Optimus finally shoots that magnet thing, so they can't get sucked up into the ship anymore. So the bounty hunter finally comes out of his ship and comes down, and there's this huge freaking epic fight between him and Optimus Prime. And Optimus Prime ends up, just like Optimus Prime does in every end fight, getting his ass whooped basically, and gets pinned to a wall with his sword. And all of a sudden Mark Wahlberg comes up and starts blasting the bounty hunter. Then his daughter and her daughter's boyfriend come in and help. And so basically through teamwork and everything, and this whole epic last scene, they defeat the bounty hunter. Optimus ends up getting the sword out of him and coming up and just slicing that bounty hunter right in half. So it ends really good. The bounty hunter ends up dying, but right before the end scene, you see Galvatron, because Galvatron just kind of like disappeared. He ended up leaving because things weren't going his way. They were killing all of his little Transformers. But you see him up in the mountains walking away, and he's basically saying, it's not over. You haven't seen the last of me. So the next movie obviously is going to be going into Galvatron and the whole Megatron reincarnated thing. So basically the movie ends, they're like, he frees the Dinobots, he lets them just go, and so the Dinobots just run back into the mountains and everything. And Optimus Prime, he tells Mark Wahlberg and all the other Autobots that, as long as this seed is here, and as long as they're there, or Optimus Prime is there rather, that they'll never be safe, because he's realized that the creators are after him. He's got a bounty on his head. So he flies up into space with the seed, and as he's flying up into space, it ends with him saying, in a message to my creators, he goes, I'm coming after you, and he's got the seed in his hand and stuff. So you obviously know he's going to go up there and have like this epic fight. So what I'm thinking, the next movie, they're kind of going to do a half and half, like half like totally animated, totally in space, with Optimus trying to defeat the creators, and then you're going to have like the whole Galvatron thing going down on Earth. Either that, or they're going to split it up into two different movies. But anyways, guys, that's my synopsis for this movie. I know it was a really long review, but like I said, I just wanted to do a detailed review for you guys, since the last one I did just had absolutely nothing to do really with the movie, because it was so done, long before the movie actually came out. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really enjoyed the movie. If you guys haven't seen it, I highly recommend going and seeing it. In my opinion, is probably the best Transformers. I just have to tell you, it's really long, so make sure you have the time. Anyways, guys, it was nice talking to you. My name is Corey. This is Sinister Reviews. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.